Welcome back to Anchor Down Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 6. I'm your host, Ian Larrabee.
And I'm Carter Collins.
Today we have two special guests with us. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Jory Anderson.
I'm Melina Sullivan.
And so we have them on here today kind of for a bit of a special reason if you guys want to talk about why we have you two here.
We're the 3-time section champions for cross country.
You didn't sound so excited about that. I'd be pumped up about it. State, yeah. So you guys are two of the three captains. Is there a third girls captain?
There's four.
Four? Who
Justin
else?
Strukel and
Justine McDonald.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so you two are the ones that wanted to come here. Yeah, so like you guys are going to state as the girls cross country team for the third year in a row, and then Melina, you and Tara are going individually too, right?
Yeah.
So like, tell us how's that? What's that like to be able to go other than a couple people individually for like swimming and wrestling, I don't really know anyone else that's been going to state the past couple of years for sports. So what's it like?
It's exciting.
Yeah, I think like this year our team's like been the best we've ever been like as a team.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of I know like you and Tara have kind of been at the top of all the races pretty much this year for Hibbing, and I mean, kind of paid off. You guys get to go individually as well as a team, but yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to see like at least one team or group of kids per season go to state for athletics. Yeah, I mean, what's that like? Like, you guys have been there for the past 2 years. What's that kind of experience like once you get down there at the biggest tournament of the year, pretty much?
I think this year we're going more to compete than we have the previous years, just because for 2 seasons the goal was kind of let's get to state. And now it's like we've gone for 2 years, let's compete.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So what will it be like for you since you're an individual and on the team? Is it kind of like a lot of an extra process for you then too, specifically?
Not really. It's just like you more work as a team, because last year I think, what did we get, 8th? No, 9th last
Yeah.
year.
It's the same process. She still runs for one race. It just
her
we didn't
individual
go-
score. Yeah.
If we didn't go as a team, she still would have gone individually.
Right. Yeah, no, I really get that, though. Like, I remember when I went to state my 9th grade year for wrestling, it was kind of like that. It was like, I made it, it was like an accomplishment, right? But I didn't have, like, crazy aspirations of, like, placing really high. But then, you come back another year afterwards, and it's like, all right, I've done this once. I know the cool experience, but, like, now I want to, like, actually perform and do something. So I mean, yeah, it's really cool for you guys. We'll all be cheering you on. I mean, it's still running, so it's not that it's not like I'm gonna like watch it probably because but we do have a send off this Friday. I heard for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
8 a.m.
Do you know anything else about that? Is it up by like the AD's office or?
I think it's in the auditorium.
Oh yeah, on the stage. That's right, because it's like that's true. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I like those send-offs. Some teachers kind of start crying about them or complaining about the send-offs, but I think they're pretty good to get out there and then show everyone off and get to hear please talk like always.
For sure.
Hour-long meeting.
Yeah. But so, I mean, other than you guys, all the other fall sports are now over except for swimming and diving and then you. So if we want to talk, Carter, we had our last football game of the year. It was the first round of playoffs, and we did lose again to Two Harbors.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, start to finish.
Yeah.
Not too much went good on that one, but there was definitely some officiating questions that I would say those refs were a little nasty towards the end.
It was interesting all around, I mean, we played them at home the week before, and then we went to Two Harbors to play them. And for starters, their field,
Oh my gosh.
going
So
from turf
bad.
fields like almost the entire year to playing on that dirt field that's got holes and bumps everywhere. It was a
tough.
rough thing.
That's tough.
It was on an incline too. One side was like way taller than the other. It was a mess.
Yeah, but it was a tough way to end the season for us. But what are you gonna do about it? Just move on. You're done. I still got
That's
another
it.
year to be able to keep going back. But yeah. Then the volleyball girls, they also ended their season last week. They lost the first round of playoffs as well against Mesabi East. I heard that was kind of similar. Mesabi East is pretty solid, as I've been told many a times by the girls on the team. They're like conference champs or whatever, and they solid team. Hibbing just couldn't quite compete with that. So So yeah, I mean it's cross country, girls cross country, and then the girls swimming and diving. But the swimming and diving haven't even had sections yet. That's still yet
No,
to
they just
come.
had conference.
Conference. Do you know how would that go for them?
I think they got a couple first place finishes, but not sure how the team did overall.
Right. Yeah. Swimming's one of those weird ones. I don't fully understand how swimming works still, or diving.
I don't think anyone quite does. Really.
Yeah, there's like, cause yeah, I don't know, but they have their sections November 9th and is it the 12th or the 11th? It's that Thursday and Saturday of next week.
Yeah, 9th and 11th.
Be 11th, then yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll have their sections, which I'm not entirely sure where it is yet, but that'll be cool. Hopefully, they always the swimming
I think
teams.
they host it.
They do,
Hitting,
yeah. I know I think they've talked about it. Only like a couple teams host it because they have like pools that are
Yeah.
big enough and nice enough to like want to host. But the swimming teams, like both boys and girls, always send a couple people like individually or in some sort of something or another. So let's hope that they can kind of keep that up. Yeah. Other than that, that's about everything for sports right now going on in the school. There is the school musical that's coming up. So the school musical, which is through the Hibbing Drama Department, it's going to be Beauty and the Beast this year. And that is going to be Thursday, November 16th at 7 p.m., Friday, November 17th at 7 p.m., and then Sunday, November 19th at 2 p.m. So that's at the high school in the auditorium. For students, the tickets are $10. For adults, the tickets are $12. And then any kid pre-K or pre-K and under are free. And you can buy those tickets ahead of time at the AD's office or just buy them whenever you get there. You guys ever gone to the musicals or plays at the school?
I went to Elf last year.
I did too, actually.
Elf?
Yeah.
I haven't.
You haven't gone to any of them?
Only running.
God, you guys are lame.
No.
Elf was pretty good last year.
Yeah, it was
I don't know
pretty
if
good,
I went to
actually.
Elf. I went to like the one, I think it was in the spring. It was like what was it? Not murder, but it was like magical or something like that. It was like about monsters. It was about like monsters or something. And it was pretty interesting though. Like it's pretty impressive that what
Yeah.
those kids can do.
They pull it off nicely.
Yeah, some of those kids are really talented. I haven't been to a musical in a little while though, because there's like actual singing in that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Carter.
There was
should-
an Elf too.
Was
Yeah,
there?
there was.
That would have been a
Yep.
musical too, Elf.
Yep.
So maybe Carter should join
What about
music.
you?
Get me
What
out
about
there.
you? Come on.
Ooh, I cannot sing. But Carter, are you gonna be performing in that musical maybe a little bit?
I might be making an appearance, special guest. Depends if I get a deer by then or
Celebrity
not. So
guest.
we'll have to see.
Oh, that's true.
Openers
yeah.
Saturday. So.
This Saturday?
Yeah, so everyone be safe out there hunting. Make sure to get a big shooter buck and
Yeah.
no does unless you got that tag though. You know what you're shooting now.
Know what you're shooting.
See, I would never
Right.
poach. So
Yeah. No, you want to follow the rules, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. That there's deer opener this weekend. I'm gonna be out of town, so I don't know. I never end up having enough time to go deer hunting. You guys hunt at all?
No.
No.
You hunt anything at all? You go fishing maybe?
No.
I fish.
Like ice fishing, wintertime?
Both.
Both?
I don't usually get out much in the winter because basketball, but
True, basketball starts
Mama
taking
Selena
up.
hunts.
Oh yeah?
I don't.
Yeah, also I forgot there's a Prism concert next Monday. So it's going to be the high school band's playing, Northern Lights Choir is singing, and then there's I think the orchestra in town is playing, and then there's like some smaller individual groups of like music and stuff like that that's happening. That'll start at 7 p.m. next Monday. Kind of forgot about that, even though I'm going to be participating in that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a neat little thing. It's not too big of a concert. It only takes like an hour-ish, maybe an hour and a half. It's just kind of some smaller things, and everyone plays a piece or two or sings. But so yeah, if you don't have anything going on Monday, you guys gonna go to that?
I'll go.
Everyone's like, no, no, I'm busy sleeping. Yeah, so that'll be something there too. It's pretty cool, It's like the beginning of the year, just kind of see what people are starting to work on in the musical area, and then there's usually the Christmas concerts that come up, beginning to mid-December too. After that,
on to a more upsetting note. Former Hibbing alumni and hockey player Adam Johnson passed away in a hockey injury incident. And we'd like to just ask for prayers for his family and keep him in your thoughts. And we know he was a very inspirational person to a lot of people on our team. We saw the interview with Mr. DeCenzo, kind of discussing it, and just a really, really sad accident and an incident there. So just keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those really weird things that, like, it's a possibility, but nobody ever really expects it, and it's a big deal when it does happen. And it's just so much crazier that it's like a guy that is he's from here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure how much you guys know about it, but he was just a hockey kid, from Hibbing. His family still lives here, and he made it to college playing good, and then he was playing in the pros. He played in the NHL, which is like it's a lot of people's like lifelong goal right there, is to be able to make it professionally in the sport that you love. And then more recently he was over there playing in that hockey league in the UK, and it's a sad thing to have to hear and deal with, especially when it's a guy that's kind of a bit of like a hometown hero around here. He's come back and he's helped out with the girls and boys hockey teams. Then there's like a GoFundMe set up for the family, as well as a meal train, which is like people can like donate or sign up to like provide a meal for the family, or small things, bigger things, or you can also just donate money on there as well to them. So if you're able to, it's a nice thing to be able to get out there and just kind of help support them and show that we all care. As well as I saw something that the family, they were like talking about people, are trying to come donate to them and want things, but they set up something, so it's called the Love for Hibbing and Hockey Memorial Fund that the family set up, and it's going to be a fund and a foundation here in Hibbing that they want to start that is going to be able to like fund youth activities and youth sports around our area. And so I'm not entirely sure too much about that, but if you go on Facebook or look it up, I think you can find more. But yeah, they're trying to do their part too and help out with this.
It was definitely cool to see all the decorations at the Hibbing Memorial Building. All the sticks out and everything for them.
Yeah. Have you guys driven by or seen that yet?
Yeah.
And then I think I heard people are talking about, I'm not entirely sure what day, but next week I think there's going to be a gathering at the Memorial Building. It's going to be open to the public too, and then they're going to have, I think people are going to talk a little bit about him. I'm not entirely sure who all is going to be there for that part, but so look out for that as well, upcoming next week most likely. And then again, just keep the family in mind and him, and let's it's like one of those things you never really want to have to see happen, but just gotta keep on moving forward with that too. Kind of trying to move on from that too. We do have our winter sports starting up here. Jory, your basketball.
Yeah, captain's practice starting next week on Monday, and then the week after that the season starts.
There you go, right there. Yeah. I think wrestling similar. We're gonna have our captain's practices starting up next week on Monday. Maybe have a meeting at the end of this week here, and then the season starts up the following week. I think girls hockey's already started. Like full practices. Yeah, like their actual practices. Boys hockey. Have they started actual practices, or is it still like kind of captains?
I think it's still captains.
And then I don't know that I've seen anything for like swimming or boys basketball either.
I think they have to wait a little longer because the girls are still using the pool.
Yeah, right. But I'm sure just keep looking on like some message. You'll get notified somewhere about all that, I'm sure. That's about everything going on for us and around the town and in school right now. Sports kind of wrapping up and new season's beginning. And there also is the professional sports right now in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's
on the verge of some tears for a lot of people. Kirk Cousins kind of crushing injury there, right when we were getting hot too. 3-1 in the last 4, and
Yeah.
season's over for him. Unless he can take whatever Aaron Rodgers is doing and get back.
Aaron Rodgers is back on the field slinging already.
8 games he missed. No, 7. Yeah.
He was supposed to be out the whole season, right?
Yeah, I mean it's it's they both like tearing your Achilles is a
Yeah.
pretty damaging injury because that's like supporting your whole foot mobility. But Aaron Rodgers, those professional athletes, dude, they have the best scientists and the best doctors working on them.
Aaron Rodgers got a little more than that, but I don't know.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. I mean, he's ruled out for the season.
Who knows if
There's
they
a
can be back?
there's a
with the Vikings.
chance he could come back. There's a chance he might be gone. Vikings gonna have to start scrambling to figure something out. I
Trade
reckon.
deadline's today at 4, so they've been on the phone. I know that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know if Jaron Hall can ball. I guess we'll find out. But
Yeah, no, that's rough for the Vikings fans. It's injuries are tough on anyone, but like I'm not the biggest Vikings fans.
we still
like,
beat the Packers.
I know I didn't really like that game. I was kind of still frustrated about that. The Packers are just tanking this season. It's violently horrible. Not as bad as the Bears though. I'll say that.
They're matching records.
Well, I don't think they're that bad. What else? There was the Bengals beat the 49ers like by a good bit too.
14, yeah. Joe Burrow's finally back. I guess.
Randomly, the Bengals want to do well.
Broncos finally snapped their streak on the Chiefs. 16
I was
straight losses.
so frustrated about that. I had Travis Kelce on my fantasy football, and I'm like, I should be all right. He'll get like 25 points. He got me like 35 last week. No, like 6 points.
Well, and Mahomes had his flu, so he was on IVs the whole day before. So the Broncos were punching him in the arms to hurt those IVs, and then they started blasting Taylor Swift after they beat him. The "Shake It Off" song all over the stadium.
I didn't know about that. That one's actually kind of funny.
That's toxic.
Yeah, it is.
Toxic. That's one way to go about it. Yeah, what else? I don't know. I saw that Will Levis. Was that like his first? Was that his like debut?
Yeah, he had never even played a snap, and then
He was
doubled Tannehill's
chucking.
touchdowns. Yeah,
He had 4 touchdowns, right?
yeah. Tannehill had 2 on the year. So.
And he was like hurling that ball downfield. That man was impressive.
Well, and I thought he was going to be good out of college, but he has some weird like food obsessions, so that kind of drops him. He puts like mayo in his coffee, so he gets picked on a lot for it, and I think that's what made like a lot of people question him for some reason. But
Yeah,
I would too.
like question his morals after doing something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's about. No, I didn't watch a whole lot other than those few games there, and then the World Series is happening still. I'm not entirely sure how that's going right now. I think I did see something that the Rangers, the Texas Rangers, they were talking about like the money. The Texas Rangers spent like $270 million on their roster, like for salaries, and Arizona has spent like $130 million. So the Texas Rangers are like literally at like double the amount of money paying their athletes, and like their top paid player is making like twice or thrice as much as the top paid guy in Arizona.
it's a 2
So 2-1. The Rangers are leading the series 2-1 right now. So yeah, I don't follow baseball the most, but that's still
Not me either,
some of
too
those final
much.
things are interesting. But yeah, I mean anything else? You guys have anything else you want to tell? You got all the people watching this right now.
I think we covered most of it.
Just making it really uncomfortable and awkward.
We'd just like to wish you guys luck, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll all be cheering you guys on for sure, and
Yeah, you better.
be yelling at that Pep Fest, yelling loudly for you guys, supporting. Yeah, so I think that's about everything going on. We will see you guys next week on Anchor Down.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support.